So you want to main Yuwa, Guardian of Heaven. First, ask yourself, why do you want to main Yuwa? She's easy and fun to use. She has a global ultimate. She can spawn a mini army. Yuwa can see everyone in her ultimate. Cons of Yuwa. Has bad mobility. Ultimate is used a lot for trying to escape. Yuwa is a SMITE Chinese mage. SMITE has classified her as an easy goddess, and I agree, I do find her pretty easy. In this guide, we're going to explore Yuwa as a mid, going through her abilities, combos, builds, counters, what not to do, and general tips. With that, let's go through her abilities. Yuwa's passive, Strength of Wood. After 5 successful basic attacks, Yuwa's next basic attack will root enemies. The buff will be spent even if the basic attack misses. When I play Yuwa, I'm using my basics on enemies, especially when I don't have any abilities up. The root can set up really nice combos for your abilities. Yuwa's first ability, Mysterious Fog. Yuwa's 1 is a ground target. Yuwa produces a fog at her location that moves forward away from her. She and allies are stealthed while inside the fog. Inside the fog, they will have increased movement speed. Attacking breaks the stealth effect for 1 second. Enemies that are in the fog will take damage and will take additional damage every second they are in the fog. This ability is her main escape, but it's not a very good one as Yuwa will only be able to run in the direction of the fog for the duration. You can use this ability to stealth allies as well to help them escape or engage. Using this ability is good for Yuwa for stealth engages and extra damage to enemies. You can also use this ability to chase enemies as you do receive movement speed when in the fog. Yuwa's second ability, Clay Soldiers. Yuwa's 2 is a pet ability type. Yuwa can mark enemies with her second ability. If she does mark a target while summoning them, they will pursue the target until the soldiers die. Without a target, they will attack enemy gods who damage Yuwa or run to the closest enemies. Soldiers live for 10 seconds. They will first dash at enemy within range, applying a stack of protection reduction. This stacks up to 3 times. They will basic attack after that. At max level, you can spawn 3 soldiers. This ability works well with her 3, which we'll get into after. You can also use these soldiers to take objectives such as towers or gold fury, etc. Yuwa's third ability, Shining Metal. Yuwa's 3 is a line ability type. Yuwa launches a mass of shining metal, damaging all enemies it hits. If it hits one of her soldiers, it explodes, dealing additional damage and stunning enemies. This ability paired up with her 2 sets up some real nice CC. If you hit the soldier and the enemy with your 3, it can do some major damage. This is Yuwa's main damage. Yuwa's ultimate, Fire Shards. Yuwa's ultimate is a global ability. Yuwa flies up into the clouds, gaining visibility on all enemy gods. She summons fire shards from the sky to damage each of them. As she lifts off the ground, she can pass through player-made deployables. This ability does not do the most single target damage compared to other ultimates, and that's because the overall damage is high. It's a really nice ultimate to use, and you can help out other allies who are fighting enemies, or you can just use it to simply find out where all the enemy gods are. This is also used as an escape ability for Yuwa. As I said before, she doesn't have the best mobility, so a lot of Yuwa players tend to use this to save themselves as well. Another really good use of this ability is to finish off players who are so close to death but have managed to escape. For the first 5 levels, at level 1 her 3, at level 2 her 1, this will help her with her early clear, at level 3 her 2, at level 4 her 3, at level 5 her ultimate. Note, you want to have at least 2 points into her 2. For leveling priority, I would go her 3 for damage, her 2 for another soldier, damage and protection reduction stacks, her 4 for damage, her 1 for damage. So basically 3, 2, 4, 1. Combos for Yuwa. Yuwa doesn't really have a lot of combos at all, and that's because of her second and third ability naturally going well together. You want to remember to make use of her basic attacks as well because of her passive, which roots on every 5th basic attack. Her main combo is 2 and 3. Other combos you can do are 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. The ultimate is more of a use when you feel like you need to. I usually don't incorporate this into any combos unless the enemy gets away and I can no longer reach the enemy god. Combat tip 1. You can hide in your 1 and get closer to the enemy to ensure that you'll get your minions on them. You can also just use your 3 from there as they would not see where you're attacking from. Combat tip 2. Remember that your 3 will damage all enemies it hits. Builds for Yuwa. A build that works well for Yuwa is Mage's Blessing, Warlock Staff for more health and survivability, or Book of Thoth for more damage, Shoes with the Magi, Soul Gem, Obsidian Shard, Soul Reaver, Spear of Desolation. If you need anti-heal, replace Spear of Desolation for Divine Ruin and build at 3rd or 4th slot. If you want to have a bit more fun, you can build Gem of Isolation, which will slow enemies. Also a quick note, going the health route also translates to your minions' health by adding 20% of your maximum health. Counters of Yuwa. Yuwa's ultimate is countered by Aegis. Yuwa's stun and root is countered by beads. Enemies destroying her minions before reaching them will prevent her main damage combo. Enemies with AoE abilities can counter her escape if she's using her 1 to get out. If you miss her 3, you'll be very vulnerable as that is her main damage output and her minions don't do much without it. From a distance, her minions are really easy to avoid. As Nuwa's mobility is bad, she relies on her ultimate quite a bit. It's really easy to bait out her ultimate. What not to do as Nuwa. Do not use your 1 to engage unless you know you're safe. Your backup options after that is your ultimate. Do not put yourself in bad positions. Nuwa is easy to kill and doesn't have great mobility. Tips for Nuwa. If you have no wards on the map and you can't see any enemies, feel free to use your ultimate to give your whole team visual aid. Who knows, maybe they're at Fire Giant. Your ultimate is useful in any battle situation, even if you're not in the fight. Do not feel like you need to hold back. Use it if your allies are in a fight as the extra damage helps them kill the enemy, or you can even secure the kill. Use your 1 to get closer to an enemy. Using your 2 and 3 combo when you're closer to them is very effective and it gives you a much higher chance to pull it off. Remember that every 5th basic attack gives her a root. Spam the heck out of her basics. When doing the 2 and 3 combo, try to always hit your 3 on the enemy and the minion. If you only hit the minion, you won't do as much damage and you'll only get the stun off, and the little damage it does with the explosion. When chasing an enemy, remember to use your 1 for the increased movement speed. I also usually basic attack them while chasing them down in my 1, as if I land the 5th basic attack, I will get a root off. Remember that her ultimate can go through player-made deployables, so if you find yourself in a pickle, you can just ult. And that is all for the Nuwa guide. If you would like to request a god guide or simply to support me, the link is down in the description below. Any likes and comments would be super rad. Make sure to click the bell if you love SMITE guides. This will notify you when I post a new guide for you. I hope to see you for the next one. Bye!